Well, good evening. It's good evening from me, and it's good evening from Sue. And we do this JV from Life and Something special for a very sad reason, which is that one of our almost founder members that is known to many of you on the program, and personally, as you got to know him over the years, over the last 6 years that we've been doing this show. And I didn't know John before that, I don't think, and then got to know him, and we formed a very lovely friendship with him and his lovely wife, Margaret. John, rather shockingly, suddenly died. I can only imagine at the moment we haven't got the details. We don't need the details, only to say that he died very quickly, which I can only assume means he probably had a heart attack.
I think he was out on a walk.
He was out on a walk.
He'd been out doing these regular walks every day to strengthen his heart, and it seems that he was out on one of these walks and he collapsed and died.
Which is must have been awfully shocking for Margaret, and she wrote that exact thing on her post, that she was to reveal it was a shock for Margaret to have lost him in this way, as he was doing so well. And we wanted to just say a few words about him, the man, because John was a formidable human being.
He certainly was.
Incredibly tall, copper, who worked his way up from the bottom up to Chief Super, I think it was, and worked in Derbyshire all his life. He was a Methodist lay preacher for years and years, together with his beloved brother Sam, who was also equally, if you had them together in the room, they were a formidable pair. We couldn't quite understand anything they were saying when they talked in their broad Derbyshire accent, but they were a phenomenal pair. And John was equal to the preaching of Sam, I know. And John had a formidable mind as well. He was, although he wouldn't say so, he was a man of supreme intellect and gave a lot of thought, particularly to church and ethics in the modern age. And the man was never frightened of stating an opinion. He was just recently online, but really giving it some about the way that his Christianity was being overtaken by the world of Trump, and he was very, very vociferous in his opinions about that. Always careful to guard the truth, as he would, I would imagine, say. He spent a lot of time. I looked up to John a huge amount. His life was spent in service to his community, and service to the Lord in no uncertain terms.
And that was linked, wasn't it?
Always.
It wasn't just either or. It was
hence his book,
his God and his community.
And those that had been nicked by him were known to talk about him with respect, because he would never overstep the mark, or try. I don't think he ever overstepped the mark from what he said. And so, but John wasn't perfect and held his hands up to that as well. Always aware of his own shortcomings, but also very aware of Margaret, his extraordinary wife, who was just so loyal to John all the way through, who was severely hurt in a bomb blast in Ethiopia as he was actually out training policemen out in Ethiopia, and had a particular link with that country, and still until this day. But caught in a bomb blast, targeted. He was a targeted person, and of course Margaret was also injured in that attack. But they came back, and their heart for hospitality has engulfed us and many of you in the community as well. And just they sweep you up and feed you.
And for those of you who've ever visited them, the kitchen table is groaning with the scones and the cakes and those alike that Margaret just seems to turn out with ease and with generosity. And And no less John, actually. He would be equally hospitable with the food that he cooked.
Oh yeah.
And
See him in his apron, his big
yes,
blue apron.
absolutely, big pinny.
And he didn't sleep well. He was like
No.
me. He slept downstairs on that chair in the kitchen, where the centre of the life was for both of them. Happy memories of him and his brother singing hymns, and one Sunday afternoon after a very big lunch, after us doing a show on the Saturday, then we stayed there, and we stay in that room, the room at the top of the stairs, which Margaret and him would prepare with love and attention to detail. In fact, I only spoke to John yesterday when he was talking about us coming to stay in the next few days. Now, whether or not that happens or not, for Claire and Ben's wedding, which they were planning to go to and were invited to. So many memories of John actually on the programme as well. Always a contributor, always watched with Margaret when they were able to. And that was most of the time in their kitchen. I can see that's where they watched.
Well, in the sort of lounge area next to the kitchen.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And they would both sit there chatting to everyone and just thoroughly engaged. And they loved it from the moment they discovered it. And they would look forward to it and they would talk about it. And it was just very special for them, I believe. And
I think the community it was formed.
Exactly, not least of all, than getting to know people. And there are many of you who have ended up calling in on them, staying with them, meeting up with them. I mean, Jerry even met them in Malta.
Yes.
So
many times.
many times. So, their love and hospitality went with them wherever they went, and you knew that you'd been bound.
Oh yeah, and just extraordinary hospitality. Always reached out. John was known for praying. He believed in prayer.
He did.
He had a prayer stall, and it was just he would have the sign on if you'd like prayer, just come and he would just pray with people. Very few people knew about the people that he actually helped, people that were at the end of life, and that he would take them. He would just end up loving them practically and taking them to the hospital when people had treatments for cancer and they had no one. From that very ministry. That he exercised week after week on a Friday in the market in Chesterfield. And actually, John was one of those, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. He said, because of the power of God unto salvation to those who believe. And that's what he believed and lived it out with care, with love. He balanced, as a policeman, mercy with justice in a way that was quite phenomenal. And I could rely on John for an opinion. No less Margaret. And Margaret, who seemed quiet, would be, oh my goodness,
She was wise,
out there.
a wise
absolutely
woman.
wise. And another intellectual giant, another one who thought about things carefully.
She did.
His family will miss him.
He was a loving dad and granddad. He adored his family, and they were always talked about. He wanted to share their joys and sadnesses, and he was just a loving dad and granddad, very much so.
Absolutely, and some recent news about his own children it was great news, and we shared it on the on online on Messenger, and so we share with you just the loss of this man, a loss to his family, a loss to his friends, his loss to his church, and a loss to his community, and we commend him to your memory, commend him to God's loving care, which we can. And we can say, born in, what year was it, Sue? He's 82.
Yes, he's 82. So I think he was born in, I wrote it down, I think it was 43, was
something
it?
Something like that, makes sense. Yeah, something like that.
43. November 43.
43, and died today.
23rd of July, 26.
26. A life well lived.
And well loved.
He showed us how to live.
Yes.
And how to
and how
die.
to love.
And how to love and to love. But he did.
He did.
And so that's all we have to say, really. We don't want any more words. No more.
That's enough.
Rest in peace, John Bown. Be blessed, Margaret Bown, and the family, and all the preparations that you have to make in the coming days. And
Just
you know.
know that the loving prayers of us and so many people within the community goes with you, and you
And
are
if you'd
held in
like
many
to send,
hearts
yes,
tonight.
you are. And if you'd like to send any messages of condolence, could do it? Could you do it via us? That might be a good idea.
Possibly,
We can
or
send it on, or
or,
it might be
just go straight to
go
Margaret.
straight to Margaret Bound on a messenger.
Mm.
But please do not try and phone her. Do not try and phone her. This will not be a time for that. So just send messages. I haven't got the address. I can't tell you where to send flowers, but we will update you if at such a time. I hope we will be able to make the memorial service, the Thanksgiving service in Chesterfield. I hope that we can do that if all is well, and we will report back if there's anything else to say.
Indeed.
In the meantime,
thank you for watching.
God bless you.
Thank you for
Keep
joining
you,
us.
make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you, and give you his peace. Amen.
Amen. Bye.